For our children that don't know the meaning of fear, we're about to open up a skate park along the river in South Oklahoma City that I believe will be one of the best skate parks in North America. And you might ask, well, why does it have to be so good? I'll tell you why. We don't have a recent history in this city of doing things second rate. Our kids are growing up expecting their city to be the best at whatever it does. That's the way it should be. 10 years ago this April, Oklahoma City became known as a city with a special spirit of resilience, of courage and faith, following the bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in April of 1995. And on April 19th of this year, we will remember what happened in our city exactly 10 years ago. Hard for many of us to believe, but over 100,000 of our citizens did not live in Oklahoma City 10 years ago. Since 1995, this city has moved ahead and prospered in many ways completely unrelated to the bombing. Yet April 19th, 1995 haunts us still. Those who were here will always remember, but all of us that are here now should never forget. There are many economic success stories. With the Greater Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce leading the charge, high-tech jobs are coming. Dell Computer is bringing over 1,000 new jobs, many of them high-tech jobs, to Oklahoma City in 2005. They have the intention of bringing many, many more. Dell reports to us, the more they get involved with Oklahoma City, the more they are impressed. I want to thank our state leaders, the governor and his staff for their help in this project. I want to thank Congressman Istook and his staff for their help in helping us locate Dell in Oklahoma City. It has been a tremendous paradigm shift for the corporate world to look at Oklahoma City with new light, and we are fortunate and thankful. Medical research is still the fastest growing segment of our economy, and I don't have to remind you, I don't think, that medical research and high-tech jobs are typically higher than average paying jobs, which is further proof to us that as we continue to create this city where people want to live, higher paying jobs are going to be created for our citizens. Politically, citizens across the nation, or rather cities across the nation, are working to defend their tax base. Unfunded mandates are on the increase. Special interest groups are working to take away tax resources that cities have relied upon for decades, and it is filtering down to our bottom lines, just as it is cities across the country. It creates increasing stress on our ability to fund public safety and supply our other services. And is it just me, or is it unsettling to others, that municipalities across the state and across the nation have to hire lawyers and lobbyists to protect themselves from their own state legislatures and Congress? I don't get that. In sports, we have much to brag about. Not only the Red Hawks, the Blazers, and the Yard Dogs, but also special events like Big 12 baseball and basketball, NCAA wrestling and NCAA basketball. And Major League Baseball is coming to the Brick. 2 games at the SBC Bricktown Ballpark between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Baltimore Orioles this spring. And tickets are on sale, so be sure and show up on that 2 nights in a row where we'll have Major League Baseball in Oklahoma City. However, in sports in general, we have scarcely scratched the surface on what this city deserves and can support. And I'd like to see 3 specific additions long term. 1, a destination motorsports entertainment complex. 2, a Major League sports franchise. And 3, there is no reason that Oklahoma City should be the largest city in the United States without Division I basketball. I suspected that was true, did the research myself, and it is. We're the 29th largest city in the country. The 28 ahead of us all have Division I basketball in their city. The city that we are creating both deserves and will demand it. And we need to support and encourage Oklahoma City University to return to Division I status. Before I close, I want to express my thanks to the men and women who work for this city on a daily basis. A city staff is certainly the police officers and the firefighters, but it's much, much more. These citizens dig, they shovel, they plan, they build parks, they plan schools, and consistently they devise more and more ways to become efficient. I also want to thank our civic leaders, and this includes the people that work in their own neighborhoods, to church volunteers, to the business leaders that are in the audience today. You are creating an incredible city. We hear a lot about Oklahoma City's historical leadership, and there's no question that there were some remarkable achievements. But I will take this generation of civic leadership and I'll match it up with any in our city's history. You are unselfish, you are hardworking, and together you create the solidarity that is so necessary in competing against other communities. Trust me, as mayor, from my point of view, it is impressive. And as I visit with other mayors throughout the country, I realize how lucky we are. Just received word today, here's an example. United Way, close to $15 million this year, exceeded its goal by $300,000. Let's show our appreciation to the business community. I know Luke Corbett chaired that effort, and I want to thank him for doing that. And finally, as I put down my thoughts for the address for the state of the city, I realized that there is an overall theme. And it's not a theme that needs a complete sentence to describe, but a theme that can be summed up in a single word: focus. The state of the city in 2005 is the result of several great successes. And those successes occurred because we focused. We focused on our weaknesses, we focused on solutions, and focused not just on the issue of who we are, but what we can become. You know, it's pretty obvious that technically speaking, a city never physically moves anywhere. But philosophically and perceptually and conversationally, cities do move, and we talk about it regularly. We say, that city is really moving ahead, and that city is really going places, and that city is sadly falling behind. And some cities, I suppose, might remain stagnant, but most are perceptually moving forward or backward at any given time. And to me, one of the interesting aspects of this is that when a city is moving, it never gets to its destination. It's not like a trip that you or I might take on a bus where we get to another city and we get out and we've completed our journey. A city never totally arrives at its destination. It's an endless journey, and that's how it should be. If we in this city ever rise out of bed one morning and announce to ourselves that this city has made it, or this city is finally there, then I would suggest we're done, and we'll have lost the focus that got us to where we are today. One final note to that 9-year-old girl: those balloons, they were biodegradable. Thank you all for coming.